Wow, that floor looks amazing.
All of those elements we incorporate, we transform with the help of other elementals as just to sustain our physical. If we want spiritual, corporation, transformation, basis, spiritual body. All is the basis of physical body. What you got here?
71 Plymouth Barracuda.
Sweet. This is because in the physical juices of the
Sweet is going to be the bill on restoring this car. Doing all the metal work. That's going to be the sweet price. When we get rust in here like that, we have some issues. But it's a 1971 automobile with very nominal rust preventive measures were undertaken when they built the car, and then subsequent repairs like this, where they scabbed in a new tail panel, and then they fixed the rust. Well, this is not fixing the rust. Filling the holes with Bondo is not fixing it. It's delaying it. It's a Band-Aid without treating the wound. So it's not really that good a shape. Of course, they never are. They get worse by the year. I've been doing this now since 2002, and cars are not getting better any year. They just get worse and worse. And the cars that I blasted 7, 8, 10, 12 years ago, we didn't dig this deep to remove like the panels to get the blasting underneath it. So those cars, sadly, that those people paid a lot of money for to restore, probably are a ticking time bomb of rust and rot, ready to explode and destroy the car, and it's going to need a complete restoration again. These are cars done 10, 15 years ago. So the advantage of this car today in 2020 being in this condition, we know exactly where it is, what it is, and how bad it is. So we can fix everything. Most of the parts are made for this car. And they can be fixed, they can be replaced, they can be installed. And if they're not made, somebody skilled can go ahead and make the parts and put it on the car and have a nice car. These cars today, in this condition, fixed properly, will far outlast these cars that were done 15 years ago. This is my car. I've had this for a while. This will be in the same condition as this one, if not worse in some areas or better in others. But you know, the factory did not do that. Somebody else did that. Scabbed it in like that. So I don't think I'll be doing this work on this car, simply because this is going to be just metalworking. Today's time and today's dollar amount for me to do all this, just the metalworking alone will be about $25,000 to $30,000 in labor, just labor, not including parts. But it'll be a solid car when it's done. So that's something for you interested people to consider when you buy your dream car, your dream vision car that you want to make money off from. That car right here is the car to make money off from. A 1971 Plymouth Barracuda. That is like the top car. Next is the 70 Challenger. So choose you got to pick your poison, and you got to pick what you want. But if you don't do this kind of work that I did, the media blasting, you, the customer, will never know things like how bad this is up here, how bad this is. I knew that right over there was bad. Only that area, by digging around with a putty knife and a propane torch. That's the only area I could find that was bad. I suspected this was all caked in with Bondo and stuff. I sort of was a little bit surprised by finding this. Now this right here, if anybody wants to know, this is old school brazing. Okay, this is pre-MIG welding days, or somebody that's old school that didn't want to use his or her MIG welder and they did it the old school way by brazing. Now, when I went to welding school, I had to actually learn how to do this. You use brazing rods, oxyacetylene torch kit, and you coat the rods with a flux, and you go in here and you join two metals with a dissimilar metal right here. It's pretty durable, it will not rust, but that was the process and procedure for repairing cars back then. In that time, they didn't have blasting. They might have had sandblasting, but they didn't have actually media blasting. And that was the repair. Not structural, not good, not adequate, and it's not used anymore. It might be used in some cases, like if this hole was the only hole in the car, you could probably braze that. But why would you when you had a MIG? You can drill it out and weld it from the, put a spoon in there and weld it up. Be good to go. So this is the condition of the 1971 Plymouth Cuda. Very valuable car, very, very much worth restoring and putting money into it. Doing it right. So far, we are doing it correctly. No cutting corners. But it's up to you, the owner, to go ahead and find, or the people that own these kind of cars or any kind of cars, to find the right people to do the right job at the right time. I would recommend steering away from anybody that says, oh, we can do it all. We're a one-stop shop. They're not. Like, why would you do that? I got an upholstery shop I go to, they're the best in town. I'm the best media blaster, by far, 100%. I'm still working on some painter issues, who to go to. I know my friend in Dallas, Doug Katz. He's the go-to guy. That's where the Alfa Romeo is right now. And I might have to use him for the 66 Chevy and of course my own cars. But it's difficult to find reliable people who are not flaky, who will be dependable, reliable, and the cost doesn't matter. We just pay it. As long as the work is done properly and good with excellent results, we will pay for that. I will pay for that. You, the customer, will pay for that. Why would you want junk work? Spend the money one time, get it done correctly, and then move on to the next project. Now, these kind of pictures that I'm taking right now in this video will last. It'll be on YouTube. It will be there for you to refer to, reference, and you can see under here, that's significant damage. That's very significant. Whomever does the repair on this vehicle, they are going to have to be very good to do this. They're going to have to do it. Going to have to be good.
The atoms that are placed in that bread.
So 13 and a half minutes, I think that's adequate. So say goodbye, peace out, everybody be good. Do good things to one another, always be nice and kind, and you'll be good to go. And just get another shot of it. So what's going to happen is this car is going over to get primed across the way, and then it's coming back. Car's going off, going back on its dolly and going back to the owner. This car, my car, is going on that rotisserie next to be pulled apart and get blasted and start the restoration on that blue car. So it's always something to do every day, but I like having measurable, achievable progress where we can check the box and make sure it's done correctly, properly, and with no bull crap, no lies or anything. And I can see that rotisserie is going to need some help. Look at that right there. I knew that this would be sort of weak, but I didn't know it was going to be that weak, because I built that and sent it out through the trailer, because I can't do the blasting here yet. So I got a place off post that I do it, but I knew that would be somewhat compromised here. But look at it, it's bending over. So I'm going to fix this right now before I take it out of here, because I don't want that thing to collapse. Okay, cheers.